Out of Catawba Island following that ice floe rescue this evening.
Chase Bachman was there as the Coast Guard came to shore. Chase, what do you know at this hour?
Well, Jeff, Kaylee, we were able to talk to the 4 ice fishermen who were rescued from Lake Erie, who are all doing fine now. We also talked with the Coast Guard, who told us the radio the fishermen used to make the call might have been the difference between a quick rescue and a much different outcome.
I believe there's a fisherman out on the water in a shanty.
The call came in at about 4:30. 4 fishermen in a couple of ice shanties on Lake Erie. Tuesday afternoon, the heavy winds changed direction and caused an ice flow. The fishermen eventually realized the ice was broken and they were cut off from the shore.
They've taken the shanty down. There's a total of 4 people standing out there.
WTOL 11 spoke to the fishermen who say they made a call to first responders on a VHF radio and were picked up by the Coast Guard and the Catawba Island first responders in only 45 minutes.
Could you send your crew down here to help the crew going on the ice get set up?
The Coast Guard station in Marblehead sending an airboat, with the Detroit station sending a helicopter for air support.
The boat is crossing the open water out to the victims.
WTOL 11 captured the moment the Coast Guard got the fishermen back to shore. Dan Timpanaro with the Coast Guard says he won't tell people they can't ice fish, even in conditions like the ones Tuesday. But he says if you are going out on some ice, use caution and be prepared.
I'm never going to discourage people from hobbies. Just exercise safety precautions. Cell phones don't always work out here in Catawba Island, so bring a VHF handheld radio would be a good way. That's actually how we got in contact with the fishermen.
Timpanaro says if the group didn't have that radio to call, this may have been a very different outcome.
If they didn't have the VHF radio to get a hold of us on Channel 16, there could have potentially been a different outcome. Everything went great and smooth because he honestly had that radio.
As we said, we talked to the guys who were on the lake ice fishing. They said they've gone ice fishing plenty of times before, but said they do not plan on coming back to Catawba Island. Reporting in studio, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
Wow.
Thanks, Chase. Our WTOL 11 team of meteorologists, they've been warning about the conditions on the ice for a while now.
Yeah, and they've been saying the same thing that the Coast Guard said to us. No ice is safe ice. So we want to bring Chris back in once again. So kind of talk us through, help us explain, or help to explain exactly what happened. And the visuals are amazing.
Visuals are amazing. So we've taken some of the video that we were able to capture. We actually time-lapsed it. So I want to show it to you guys as well, also everybody at home. So look very close here. We've got about over 75% of Lake Erie covered in ice. My concern was, though, this area just off on the horizon, and look at that. That is an active ice flow that occurred this afternoon. That is a large chunk of ice broke off from the shoreline and drifted into the open waters of Lake Erie. So let's talk what we've got with our weather graphics here as well. No ice is ever safe ice. We've been saying that, but we rang the alarm bells on this last week saying ice flow dangers would be out there. It's going to continue again tonight through tomorrow as winds could gust up to about 40 miles per hour. We need you to avoid Lake Erie. Don't need a repeat of that again for tomorrow. Let's look from above outer space down to the Lake Erie surface. We've captured some recent satellite image of the Great Lakes ice coverage. We've got snow on the ground across parts of northwest Ohio, but let's look closer to Lake Erie. We noticed something early this weekend and into Monday. We could actually visibly see cracks in the ice from outer space with some of that high-resolution satellite imagery. We knew then when we got a southwest wind that it would be pushing those ice flows back offshore. That's exactly what occurred today. So what's going to happen tonight? Strong winds will continue. Could gust 25 to 30, even up to 35 miles per hour yet again tomorrow afternoon. And it's a shift in the wind direction to a west-northwest wind. So yes, more ice flows could be possible out there on Lake Erie in the coming days.